Bada boom, bada bing, Peter Pan, Stephen King. It's me. I forgot to turn on this list. The one thing I forgot to do was turn this lamp on, but otherwise I was sorted. Still late, but whatever, we won't talk about that. Hello, it's me. Streamlabs doesn't seem to be shitting the bed today, so that's cool. 5% frame drop according to Streamlabs, which is fine. That's negligible, to my understanding. But yeah, hope everybody's had a chill week. I'm doing the same thing I was doing last week, making a dungeon, making a big old dungeon. I'm just gonna have a sip of my tea. Ah, right. Okay. Let me just, is everything all good? I believe everything is all good. Okay. So basically last week I started concepting a dungeon for a small adventure that I worked on sort of middle of last year called Relics of the Old Realm. And it's being sort of, the adventure is being kind of retooled as a more specific dungeon crawl as opposed to a wider adventure with a small dungeon at the end. For a number of reasons, I mostly got into it in the last stream, but it was mainly because like the idea was cool, but it was very difficult to execute in a way that wasn't super railroady, and that proved to be a very significant problem in testing. That's like the main reason that. So yeah, I toyed on it for several months on like what I was actually gonna do about it. Whilst also being very busy with other things, and now I'm like making the time to come back with an idea I actually kind of like, is just retooling all the content from what we had of the adventure and recontextualizing it as within a larger dungeon, and I'm liking what I have already. So basically what we have at the moment, also can somebody just sound off in chat real quick, make sure there's nothing, no issues, no weirdness. Greetings. Yeah, we have specific themes for the adventure. There's exploration in a confined area, race against other treasure hunters. Basically, there's treasure at the bottom of this place. Quite significant treasure. And it is what is called or what I have referred to it as, I'm not sure if this is an actual term, is a living dungeon. It's a dungeon with its own internal politics and variable life. We haven't quite captured that internal politics yet, I don't feel. I think the third level does do a good job of it, though. I think there could be some cool stuff anyway. Another thing I wanted to put in is a note here. One of the main things was a note that was basically signs of progress from other treasure hunters. So, dead foes, looted, already looted treasure, etc. So I'm not a fan of this album. I like all the other stuff on this playlist. This playlist is great. This is Harris Heller, by the way. His music's very good, and he lets streamers use it for free. It's good shit. But I'm not a fan of this album in particular. I don't particularly like it, and it's also very, very long. But it does not matter. Okay, right. So I'm not entirely sure what specifically I want to sort of work on today. I kind of just want to iron out some more ideas, sort of hammer out some more bits and pieces. So I think I'm mostly going to be working on that. I'm going to do what I can anyway. Let me just say I'm still like, I'm very tired after last night. Say for those who didn't see, I was streaming some Commander with Finn the Bin, and it was a fun few games. Like, I never want to see Portcullis again, but like, otherwise it was quite good fun. What was the other one? The Ensnaring Bridge? Either of those, I want to see those cards again, but otherwise it was good fun. But I got to bed very, very late and woke up comparatively very, very early after having done basically the same thing the previous night. I know you did, yeah, you're an arsehole. Fuck you. I mean, to be fair, your vote wouldn't have done anything. They were like, because I was popping off, and they were like, oh, should I kill Jack? And they were like, yeah. And then they did. I can't remember who killed me. I think it was either Nat or Finn. Say poor me and James. We didn't get to do much of. Well, actually, no, that's not true at all. Actually, James got to do quite a lot. He got a sick ass Teferi's protection off. That was good shit. Yeah, I was gonna say it was yeah, one of the people voting no was me as well. I just wanted to play Omnath, man. I just wanted to bring out the boy. Hang on, let me go find Omnath. For those of you who may not be particularly Magic savvy, or didn't catch the stream, because me saying Omnath, there's like 4 Omnath cards. This bad boy here is a fun card. Just putting as much caffeine in my system as I can. So I very much like this card. It's good fun. It's good fun. Speaking of which, we can probably look for some sort of vibe feelings from the original set Zendikar, I think. Can we? Not particularly, actually. Right, so let's just have a reread of what we have. So, level 1, filled with orcs, sunken ruins of the old city, very open plan, some hostile wildlife and plant creatures. Expeditioners. A duo of elven treasure hunters have been captured by orcs. They will show the characters to a descent into level 2 if they are freed. Orcs. Tribal structure, very territorial, but more focused on agriculture and survival than traditional orc raiding. They can be reasoned with, but are very defensive and somewhat xenophobic. They hate the expeditioners coming through here, and most have either attacked or stolen from them. Maybe the characters can do a job for the orcs to gain access to one of the passages that leads into level 2. Wildlife. Various plant monsters and beasts live in the city ruins, though are less numerous near the orc encampment. A large something guards a descent downwards, as it is nested nearby. Level 2. Plants and a blind dragon. Cloacradara. She has been blinded and her wings clipped by the orcs on the upper layer. Got to be sneaky. Pallies might even take off their armor. Underground tunnels and sewers from the old city. Some plant creatures. I put that in twice because it says here too. Let's take that out. So Cloacradara is the dragon. I've gotten the pronunciation down. Now I can fucking do it. I'm also going to move this camera down just a little bit. So when the Orcish tribe first arrived years ago, they built a small village that Cloacradara tried to raise. She mostly succeeded, but was blinded and her wings crippled by an Orcish hero. She was chased into the ruins below, where she remains trapped today, having gone insane in the darkness. Expeditioners, many have perished down here. Wildlife. Various vermin, plants, and oozes live down here, largely feasting on the scraps that fell down from level 1, as well as the remains of what Chlorocrodara doesn't eat. And level 3, which is largely undeveloped because it's mostly a sort of a retcon of the... not a retcon, sort of a recycling of the dungeon from the original adventure, which... so it's a more traditional dungeon, filled with oozes, plants, mimics, undead, etc. The kinds of things you would expect to see in a slightly overgrown dungeon tomb. And it acts as a tomb of an order of elves. Indeedly doodly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go reread the old dungeon from the original adventure and pick the things that we're definitely going to keep and the things that we are definitely going to cut, because there's a lot of stuff in the old dungeon that I like a lot. I don't remember anything I actively dislike from the original dungeon. I remember very specifically the main reason I was doing this because the dungeon itself is very, very cool. I'm a big fan of it. Right. So the entrance hall, right. So I'm probably going to share my screen as I read through this, actually. I think I may well do that. So the entrance hall here is, as your eyes adjust to the darkness and your lungs adjust to the musty, stale air. See, I see what I was trying to do here, but I don't think that motif kind of lands. I see what I'm going for, but I don't hit the mark, I don't think. You step down into an entrance hall. A stone door lies behind a chipped statue of a regal elven woman. The base of the statue is cracked, revealing a hole in the floor. The base of the statue reads Uriel, First of Destina. If the characters move close to the statue marked S on the map, 3 ochre jellies slither out of the ground and attack. If the characters are with the tabaxi, ignore that. That's yeah. So this thing here it's probably not going to be much of a factor in the new version of the adventure. It's a cool thing from the original adventure, but I don't think it would work very well here. It could do though. It could work. Area B, the nest. This once great burial chamber has since been completely overrun with thick spider webs, so densely packed that they seem to create a secondary floor about 4 feet above the ground. It looks more like a lattice of fishing nets than anything else. At the far end of the room, you can just about make out a door held partially open from the webbing. And there's the Tomb of Destina. There's everything that's in here. Unless the characters move at half speed and succeed on a DC 10 group dexterity acrobatics check, stealth in this room is useless due to the webbing. Hidden amongst the webs, keeping it to the darkness on the ceiling, is a Choldrith and 4 chitines, whatever. Denizens from the Underdark who have since made a home here, courtesy of the chasm in Area D. That I'd forgotten about. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep that. But I don't dislike it. But the chasm to the Underdark adds other elements to this dungeon that I hadn't initially thought about, but I think could still work here and be kind of cool. So the door at the far end leads into Area C. So Area C is the lever room I was talking about last week, where there are a shit ton of levers. There are 8 exactly. And there's you can see them marked here. There's 8 levers. Obviously, the third layer is going to be a lot bigger now because, you know, it's probably going to be like a dozen rooms or so, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is a fine number of rooms. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like I personally like if this is the third layer of the dungeon that's much harder. Another thing is this dungeon doesn't have any traps. Like, there's no traps in here. So this room, supported by a single stone pillar carved with intricate patterns of elvish origin, holds 8 levers attached to the walls. Each lever is made from a different material and appears able to be pushed. Appears able to be pushed. This wasn't edited. I wrote this in a very short space of time. Part of the northern wall has fallen away. Part of which I used part too many times there. I'm scrutinizing my own writing more than actually doing the thing I'm probably supposed to be doing. Is, you know, part of which reveals a thin passage leading. Reveals a thin passage leading to a tunnel beyond. To the east is a door. So yeah, the door, the lever room I'm definitely keeping, because a lot of the dungeon was concepted by Andy, who has worked on the adventure with me, and I basically did all the write up, and the lever room is like the thing that is like my favorite part about this dungeon. It's dumb and like funhousey, but it's just the right amount of dumb where it's fun without detracting from like immersion or what have you. There's some silly things here, and we can cut some of the sillier things, but I just really like the theming. I think it's really cool, because this is kind of a, you know, like a thing where like there's a bunch of levers, all of which seem to do bad things, and the person who works down in the tomb back in the olden days would know, I need to pull this lever this way, and then the door will do its door thing and will open. So it's not particularly immersion breaking for it to exist in its current state. So yeah, there's a bunch of levers. So the iron lever does lightning damage and closes the entrance door depending on which way it's pulled. The brass one drops a net on you or opens the exit by 6 inches. The wooden one opens the entrance door and drops oil on people. The left one so it's a crossbow trap that doesn't work anymore and instead is full of spiders. And then if you turn it right, the lever explodes. So that's cool. And the obsidian lever closes the exit door and opens a trapdoor. Oh, it opens the easement. The wrong lever. It does that. So the bone lever, turning it left, or the bone lever opens both of the doors. So that's actually really kind of useful. The steel lever is secretly a mimic. The real lever is in Area D, and was stolen by the mimic and stashed away. But once you reclaim it, so yeah, if you reclaim the lever, this I'm definitely also going to keep. I really like this. That not only is the lever gone, the mimic specifically took the lever someplace else and replaced the lever, and I love that so much. 150 copper pieces fall from the ceiling on the lever holder's head, dealing 1 bludgeoning damage. See, I never get to use them. I think I can think of very, very few times I've ever actually used a mimic. So yeah, the crevasse leads you into this sort of cavernous area, which there is a galabdur and parties. So the chasm disappears into darkness, and no sound is heard if an object is dropped into it. A test like this and a successful DC Wisdom Perception on nature check reveals that the chasm could be hundreds of feet deep. If the characters, for some reason, decide to climb down, state that after around 60 feet it becomes too sheer and narrow to descend safely without proper equipment. Parties that continue are likely to either fall to their deaths or wind up playing Out of the Abyss or some similar adventure. I still love that. That's really dumb. Searching the room reveals two things, no check required. Firstly, a steel rod hidden behind one of the stalagmites. And secondly, a barbed longsword crafted from a dark steel ally. It is a sword of vengeance. That's pretty cool. There is a lordly burial chamber. Oh, helmed horrors. That's something I'm going to skip, because fuck helmed horrors. I hate those things. I hate helmed horrors so much. I think helmed horrors are, they are the fetid afterbirth of game design, of monster design in 5e. I hate them so much. I've used them and hated it, fought them and hated it. There's nothing fun about helmed horrors, and they don't even do anything particularly special. They're just annoying. Giant AC, way too many hit points, randomly immune to individual spells, and normally completely safe damage types. I hate them. I hate them so much. Wand of the Watchful Eye, see Appendix B, whilst 3 50 gold piece rubies adorn the otherwise ruined garments. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep this tomb room. Just take the helmed horrors out of it because I hate them. Thief's End, there is straight up a dude in here. And he's probably going to be, he works a lot. He will make a lot more sense as like an expeditioner. I forgot I hit him in one of the sarcophagi. That was very... yeah, I'd forgotten about this. It was quite funny. So, the Guardian of Destina... So yeah, this lady, she's a Baelnorn, which is kind of a good aligned elven lich. It's basically what a Baelnorn is. Well, they're not quite liches, but like they're a good elf lich, or lich-like undead creature, which is pretty cool. I think we can all agree that is pretty cool. Well, let me just. Oh yeah, no, the bar is connected. Just hasn't posted anything yet, surprisingly. Okay. So yeah, she's staying, she's cool, and then after her is the Tomb of Destina, who is a guy who is still alive. He's just been down here for ages. And here he is right here. He's a spooky elf. Here's the treasure. Yeah, here's his stats. He's CR10. He's... For level 6 characters, CR10 is not actually that powerful, like, at all. But yeah, these are basically the like, I like a lot of the content in this dungeon. I think it's pretty cool. And I think actually a lot of it would translate very, very well. So let me just go back to the Word doc. Oh, this is my stuff. But no, I haven't. I haven't read Midgard. I have not heard of it, but I can give it the name. I can gather loosely what it's about. Oh, it's a Cobalt Press. I just googled it. It's Cobalt Press. It's got to at least be fairly competent, so, There we go. There's a Heim. Yeah, so I like me some Nordic lore, Nordic folklore. It's good stuff. Oh, the gods are just straight up here, huh? Eastern and Central Europe. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh no, it is just a straight port though. It is just kind of... Oh. See, I was very, very interested until I saw, like, Loki, Baba Yaga, and Ragnarok. It's like they've not recontextualized anything. They've just sort of cut and pasted it all. That's, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of that. The rest of it looks kind of cool, like the 7 cities and the Great Duchy. The Ruthenian, the infernal gnomes of Narnheim's right, so they're evil gnomes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was excited, and then I saw just the names just get kind of ripped from the mythology, and I was immediately uninterested. But that's just a personal thing. It's probably pretty cool. Certainly, it's Cobalt Press. It's probably very well put together, even if I'm not a fan of the content necessarily. So things we're keeping for level 3 is we are keeping so theming is oh, there's no extra E in theming. So theming, so basically we want actually no, I've kind of written about this. That's fine. I'm gonna cut need to put traps because there aren't really any traps. So expeditioners, many have fallen victim to the traps here. Additionally, the tabaxi is somewhere down here. I want the third level to be the biggest of the three. Like, I want level 1 and I want level 1 to be done within a session. Level 2 to be, like... I'm thinking this needs to be 3 sessions, right? Where level 1 and maybe level 2 go together as one session, and level 3 is split into 2 different sections. Like, two different sessions, so it ends up being a 3-session adventure, looking at about 18, sort of between 12 and 18 hours worth of content, depending on, like, how long people's sessions run. Me, personally, I run sessions that are generally about 4 hours, so I would want probably something no more than, like, level 1 needs to be about 3 hours of content. Level 2 needs to be about an hour and a half's worth of content. And level 3 needs to be like 8 hours of content, give or take. So we end up with like probably more like a 12 to 16 hour adventure, splitting that into like however many sessions you see fit. So another thing we're going to keep is, there we go, yeah, the bot is doing its thing. So monsters, lots of oozes. Well, no, I've already made notes about this, this is irrelevant. Things to keep, that's probably just something I should know, is, entrance hall. 100% the entrance hall is being kept. The nest, maybe recontextualize if chasm is removed. So let's lever room, 100% we're keeping the lever room. The lever room is awesome. Maybe cut the crevasse, because I like the crevasse. So make into a wider area. This end we're going to keep, maybe recontextualize if chasm is removed. Guardian of Destina, definitely keeping the Baelnorn. The Baelnorn works really well. And then, so the bold stuff is like, there is no way I'm removing this. Like, that just isn't happening. And then everything else is, like, the whole dungeon I have, like, what I have written down, I think works really well, and I think is actually really cool. I think for me, one of the main things, another thing that something I've not written down and sort of stumbled into is multiple paths. That's a big one for me. Is making it so that, so we have established that there are at least 3 different ways to get down, or at least 2, probably 3 different ways to get from level 1 of Milimnir down to level 2. And from there should incidentally be at least 2 ways to get down to level 3, which take you to different parts of the dungeon. And I am super on board with the idea that the dungeon, depending on which way you come down, you have a section of the dungeon like, if you come down on one side, you start on this end of the dungeon, and there is another part on another entrance on this end of the dungeon, and you have to work your way to the middle. So 2 different groups who played this adventure, who went the 2 different directions, may have played through content that neither one got to see. So maybe, you know, the lever room is like the left-hand side is like the area with the lordly burial chambers or something, and a couple other bits and pieces, and is more intact. Whereas the other side is more dilapidated and has more monsters, whereas the left side has less monsters and more traps. Or maybe not. Who knows? There's also like the idea that I'm gonna have to like. So let me just open up another page on this mad lad. Nice. Right, let me just get like a little grid up here. Let's look about square. So let's do this and make it all so all the text is like tiny. Oh shit. Never mind, let's not do that. Oh, that does actually work. Okay, right. So we can sort of like, there's various different ways you can come into the dungeon. So say you sort of come in like, say one of the entrances is like here, for instance. Sure thing. Shoot. Traps are good fun. Go for it. The trap consists of a number of mechanisms attached to a heavy crossbow that shoots out of a hole in the wall that the mechanisms are placed inside of. The mechanisms are triggered by a pressure plate on the floor, which can be discovered with a DC 13 intelligence investigation check. If a creature triggers the trap, make a ranged weapon attack roll against them with a +4 to hit. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 plus 2 piercing damage and has a mimic disguised as a crossbow bolt become lodged into their... I was wondering where the interesting thing was. I was like, this is just a crossbow trap. What do you want about? But okay, right. Has a mimic disguised as a crossbow bolt become lodged in their body. The mimic will begin attacking the target. And if it misses, it just turns into a regular mimic. I like this. That's cool. It's a very Funhouse Dungeon-y kind of shenanigans. So the thought I was having is that we divide sort of the third level of the dungeon into distinct zones that are all notably different from one another, and we make it so that no matter what, the characters are going to pass through at least 2 of them. I'm not sure exactly how we get that to work, mind you, but I think it could be very interesting and also very doable. Let me just like fill this in as like an orange or something, I guess. So it'd be something like this, where, you know, maybe one group will path like up this way and along here, and will come down towards the treasure at the center, and then they pass through 2 areas, whereas other groups might go all the way along here, all the way up here, and then across to here, and they'll pass into different areas 4 times, which I think could be really, really interesting. But that's a whole mapping thing, and that's going to be a lot more challenging. Ah, okay, that's cool. I'm thinking a link between worlds. Doing your diamond painting? What is diamond painting? I am very confused. Oh, stretching a bit. Oh. So, distinct areas. Zones. Oh, okay. That sounds kind of neat. Oh. So, dilapidated, with few traps, but lots of monsters, namely plants and oozes. Nice, nice. Right. Intact tombs, lots of traps, lots of treasure, and then sort of, then we have sort of like a central mix. Lots of everything. So basically, going back to that grid that I deleted and wish I hadn't, we would have like the lever room on the boundary between the, it'll probably just in the central mix zone, where we can have, you know, that big trap room, and the sort of the runoff room with where the chasm is in the original adventure, and we can keep that, and I think that'd be really interesting. I think stepping away from the third layer, because we've been working on that pretty much this entire time thus far, kind of want to look at the top layer a little bit more and establish a little bit more about the orcs, I think. So I think that'd be kind of neat. So, maybe write about their history a little bit, so, Ooh, hang on. Need to check the Forgotten Realms map, because this is technically set in the Forgotten Realms. Need the obscenely massive one from 3rd edition. I believe I found it. It's an 11 megabyte, 12,000 by 5,000 pixel image. That'll do. Okay. Oh, that's perfect, yeah. Yeah, that works really well. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Livy. See ya. the Many Arrows tribe to the north. Okay, they're somewhat territorial and very mistrusting. I'll just put 200 years ago. Clark Credara arrived to kill, the intent of killing the orcs and taking over Milamir, using the ruin as a nest. A hero rose up, one that the orcs call... The orcs call... What do they call... He come with a cool name and a title. He's gonna be like Razo the I don't know, the adverb. Adverb's the wrong one. Adjective? Yeah, adjective. Or the proper noun, the adjective noun. That's the real one there. Cool orc name. Let's go to our good friend Fantasy Name Generator. I forget. What is the name? Who is the lady that runs Fantasy Name Generator? Because she is an absolute fucking queen. What the fuck is her name? Emily. Male or female hero? Let's flip a coin. Because it ultimately doesn't really matter. We'll say heads. I just flipped a coin. We'll say heads for male, tails for female. Tails. Ugh, an itchy nose. We're not going to call her Shagdub, that's for sure. That is... Oh, this is the generic orc thing, so it's bad. We're going to use the D&D one, because it might be a bit better. Oh, it is already. It's way better. Deck. No, we're not going to do that one. Vamvu. No. Nove. It's Novne. Nove. I like Nove. Nove, that's really good. I know it says Nove, but we could do that. No, it doesn't want me to do it. It's putting in the euro symbol. I don't want to spend euros on anything. Fuck euros. All my homies hate euros. I mean, that's not true at all, but, I've already got a euro kicking around in here somewhere. From the one time ever that I went to France. It's probably in there. It's probably about somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I may have thrown it out, to be fair, because it was like a euro. What orcs actually use act? No, that makes it look like really fancy. No, that looks elven. No, it's pronounced Nove. We'll just have a pronunciation guide called Nove. Dragon Butcher. That's a good fucking title. Like, she's not Dragon Slayer, Dragon Butcher. Just like, I didn't just kill one dragon. I fucking, I turned a dragon into mincemeat. Dragon Butcher? I don't know. I'm not even sure what that means. It sounds a little sexual though, so I'm not a fan, I have to say. She blinded. She mutilated Chlorocradara, blinding her. Cutting the tendons in her wings. And 2 of her ankles. Is auto-host not on? Or I suppose I might be further down your, Thank you very much. I suppose I was probably further down your auto-host list. Yeah, I assumed as much. Before driving her down to the tunnels below, where she has been sealed to this day. Nove lost her life in this battle, and a statue has been erected in her honor. More known to the outside world. More known to the outside world. Many of these expeditioners see the orcs as a threat and act aggressively. Few of the orcs speak common. Deeply superstitious of outsiders. Who do speak common. Although somewhat limited. They all obviously speak Orcish. So having like a ranger whose favorite enemy is orcs, that could lead to some conflict in and of themselves, because the ranger's going to have a reason to favor orcs as their enemies. But yeah, that's something that's never really broached in D&D, is like language barrier. It's just kind of assumed that every single person that you meet speaks common, even when there's no reasonable way for you to assume that. And the only things that don't speak common are the kind of things that want to kill you. These guys don't want to kill you. They have no interest in killing you, but they will kill you if you try and fuck with them, which is, you know, pretty reasonable, you know, like for a fairly isolationist, sort of loosely think like the orc longhouses or whatever they're called from Skyrim, kind of like that, except if those orcs didn't speak the Skyrim language, whatever the fuck the language they speak is. It's kind of like that, you know, they you know, it's a different societal structure to everybody else around them, but they're not, you know, a bunch of fucking savages or whatever. Like, they have like a hierarchy, and they, you know, live by their own rules and by their own way of life, and it's perfectly reasonable. You know, they do agriculture, they fight sometimes, you know, they have weapons to protect themselves from monsters, so they, you know, have like big long spears and javelins and stuff. Mostly because those are the most kind of, well, they probably have shields as well, I would imagine, because like if a wolf comes at you, you can put the shield near the ground so it can't bite at your ankles, and then also, like, whilst it's down there, stab it in the neck with a spear. Or if you're really cool, you just jam the wolf like in the neck with the shield, pinning it to the floor, and then you stab it in a different part of its body with the spear, if you're really cool. Those are mine. They probably don't have swords for that exact reason, because swords are good when you're fighting someone else with a sword, right? That's sort of how swords work. Is if you're fighting a dude with a sword, the only thing better than a sword is a sword on a stick or a gun. And they're not fighting dudes with weapons. They're fighting, you know, wild animals, and the occasional like angry fey creature. And those things are usually unarmed, except for, you know, the fangs that are in their mouths and are thereby very short range. So if they can't get near you without being skewered, then spears are the way to go. But yeah, I think that's a lot of fucking headway. We've written a shitload about the orcs. Written like, what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. It's probably right about the things I was just talking about, how they use spears and stuff. The orcs use spears, shields, and javelins. They wear leather and hide armor. We can probably make our own stat block for these orcs. Just make like you know, just give. We should probably give their town a name, like their tribe. Naming themselves the Lone Feather Tribe. So, like, you know, an arrow has fletching, which is made of feathers. So they get banished from the Many Arrows tribe, and then they call themselves the Lone Feathers Tribe because they're on their own. You pull the fletching out of the arrow and you scatter it to the wind or whatever. That's their philosophy. You know, we're developing a culture that these people have, which is cool and fun, and you should do in your home games, because cool concepts sell worlds. But cool cultures keep worlds engaging. Or something like that, probably. Like, make sure your world has a culture outside of just like a cool theme. Because cool themes are cool, but, you know, they don't keep people engaged. They get people engaged in the first place, but they don't keep people engaged. And base your cultures on your cool themes. It's even better. Build your culture with the cool theme in mind. Like, I think I mentioned this last time I was talking about world building, is the game I run on a Thursday, bunch of floating islands. Every single culture derives themselves from those floating islands in some capacity. And those that don't are, at the very, very least, very invested in the fact that they, like, almost the point is that they don't engage with it. You know, one of the countries is run by a religion that worships the flowing island creatures that they live on. You know. So yeah, that's kind of the that's my sort of understanding of it all. That's my sort of my take on culture building. It's good fun, and you should do it. It's good world building. And I should know, because I'm the leading authority on good decision making. Yup. I don't really have a joke there. I just figured the sarcasm would carry the joke, and it really didn't, so... Rip, I guess. Whatever. It's fine. I'm actually, like, sat up straight in this chair. It feels weird to not be slouching like a little bitch, you know? I'm going, oh shit. I feel like I've just developed a new science. I'm like sitting like a normal human. Or more specifically, sitting properly. And I can feel my spine relaxing, going, ah yes, finally. But I'd say we're like an hour in, and we've already made a lot of progress, so that's cool. I'm probably gonna be taking a break pretty soon to like go get food and stuff, because I'm kind of hungry. Not that hungry, but I'm like kind of hungry. I was really hungry early, like before I started, but I was like, I don't want to go through most of the stream and be absolutely fucking starving, which, you know, wouldn't have been fun, evidently enough. Kind of would have sucked. So yeah, I'm liking the orcs so far. I think the big sort of step I'm going to need to take after this is coming in and sort of touching up all of the, like, doing a proper, like, cleanup on a lot of the train of thought I don't have. Doing like going in and like actually starting to build the areas. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide what this monster is, because I don't want it to just be like a beast. It'd be kind of boring. But then again, if it was a big scary beast, then the orcs probably would have dealt with it by now, because it's like right by their camp. Like, it is, like, a few, like... You know, it's probably no more than 1,000 feet away from their like, encampment. So, not sure. Oh, shut up. My computer's making noises. Sorry about that. But, okay, right. I just need to check something very quickly. Sorry about that. Just need to check on... But either way, see, this is difficult. This is difficult because if it was a beast, if it's a big scary, then again, it could be a plant, like a plant that doesn't really move, you know, like I don't know what, but it's like something the orcs are like, yeah, we just leave it alone, like it doesn't move, it doesn't go anywhere, we just can't go near it. So I think what that might actually do is some kind of big plant monster. Just make a big plant monster, because I think that would be kind of cool. A large plant monster. Let me just plant monster. Big tangle of living vines that grab people and drain their health and drain their life. It has lots of reactions. Has lots of reactions, ignores, disengage, and the orcs steer well clear of it. They're like, don't go there. The plant will eat you. Or something to that effect, you know? I think that could actually be really cool. It's way cooler than just like... I was thinking of using like a giant ape, and it's like... Who fucking cares, man? Like, giant ape, giant schmape. Giant ape, giant schmape sounds real stupid. I'm not gonna say that again. But, it's what it is. So, yeah, I kind of like the idea of like a creature that like has no real intelligence. You know, we're talking like intelligence 1 kind of guy. Let me just double check. Like, other plant creatures and see what kind of intelligence they generally have, because presumably it's like 1 tops. There's like no plant creature aside from those that are explicitly sentient, like treants and shit. Let's have a look. The corpse flower from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes has an intelligence of 7 for some reason. There's myconids, shriekers, there we go, they're like straight up just plants. Yeah, they have like an intelligence of 4 or 1 even. So, yeah, they're not even like. Then again, a rat has an intelligence of 1, which I think is a bit mean because rats are pretty smart. Certainly on the scale of like size to intelligence ratio, I think probably a rat probably wins that lottery of like what is the smartest creature, like mammal, in relation to its size. I reckon a rat is probably the winner. I mean, let's Google it. It's definitely something somebody has done a study on. Let's just look at a list of smartest creatures. It's probably... Hang on. Oh, it's brain size relative to average body size is the metric, and dolphins are second only to humans apparently. But presumably, on like, you know, the top X smartest animals, I reckon the rat is probably the smallest creature that makes that list. Probably. I mean, maybe some mouse beats out the rat, but I'm fairly certain rats are almost universally smarter than mice. Who knows? Rats get pretty big. Like, rats get like this big. That's a big rat. I wouldn't want to see a rat that big. I say I wouldn't want to see a rat that big. I've never seen a rat. Like domesticated rats, I've seen domesticated. Never once in my life seen a wild rat before. Ever. I don't think. Seen plenty of squirrels. Seen rabbits. It is. Yes, it is. Oh, hell, rats should have more than 2 intelligence. Rats should have, like, 4 intelligence, at least. Like, what intelligence does a mastiff have? Because I'd wager a bet a rat is smarter than a dog. Hell no, I just say outright a rat is smarter than a dog, because they just are. Like, certainly on a basis of average. Let's look at a mastiff. What's the intelligence of it? A mastiff has an intelligence of 3, thereby I hereby decree that rats in Dungeons & Dragons should have an intelligence of 4, at least, if not 5. Because rats are smart as fuck. What's a dolphin's intelligence? 6. Makes sense. Dolphin has an intelligence of 6. Yeah. Hang on, do parrots have stats? They don't. What about a raven? The raven has an intelligence of 2. Again, lies, blasphemy, and raven has an intelligence of at least 4, if not 5. Again, I will reiterate this continually. This is my side note, is I'm going to go through all of the beasts that are smart. And we look at beast challenge rating, like maxing out at 1. I'm going to go through and get progressively madder at how low they keep rating everything. Tiger has an intelligence of 3. That seems very reasonable. A lion has an intelligence also of 3. It's a small metric, sure. I'm going to ignore the giant ones because that's sort of kind of cheating. Also the dinosaurs, because fuck the dinosaurs. Brown bear, intelligence of 2. Yeah, no, no, they should intelligence of 3. A bear is at least as smart as a tiger. A horse with an intelligence of 2. No, that makes sense. Reef shark with an intelligence of 1. I'm going to say 2, at least, for a shark. Crocodile, intelligence of 2. Yeah, mostly instinct animals. Black bear's intelligence of 2. No, at least intelligence of... What was the tigers? 3. Yeah, black bear, at least intelligence of... Hell, black bear intelligence 4. Black bears are smart as fuck. Ape, intelligence 6. No, ape intelligence 5. Tops. Apes are fucking stupid. Wolves, intelligence 3. Sure, yeah, that works. Panther, intelligence 3. That's fine. Ox, intelligence 2. Yeah, that works. Elk, intelligence 2. Again, that makes sense. Cow, intelligence 2. Yeah, I mean, a cow and an ox are basically the same animal, fundamentally speaking. Boar, intelligence 2. No, boar, intelligence 3. Pigs are smart as fuck. Mule, yeah, no. Mastiff, intelligence 3. Yeah, maybe 4. Like a Mastiff specifically, no, but dogs in general, probably 3 or 4. Dolphin, intelligence 6, that makes sense. Camel, intelligence 2, yeah. Weasel, intelligence 2. I'd say 3, personally. At least. Spider, intelligence 1. Yeah, they're just instinct animals, and they're also, you know, this big. Scorpion, intelligence 1. Yeah, most arthropods are dumb as fuck anyway. Raven. So... Raven has intelligence of 2, which is wrong. It's 5 minimum. Probably pushing 6. Rat. At least 4, probably 5. But no, they're intelligence 2, and I'm still real pissed off about that. Owl, intelligence 2, no, probably intelligence 3. Octopus, intelligence 3, no, intelligence 5 minimum, probably 6. Lizard, intelligence 1. Lizards are really stupid, so yeah. Well, probably intelligence 2, to be honest. And what was a cow? A cow was 2, wasn't it? Yeah, no, lizard intelligence 1. Hyena intelligence 2, no, a hyena is in fact smarter than a lion. That much is scientific fact. I'm getting real pissed off about this. This is real pedantic. What was it? What was the tiger? Did I rate the tiger? I rated the tiger, I think, as a 3 or a 4. Hyena is at least a 3 or a 4. Hyena is on par with lion, intelligence-wise. Hawk, intelligence 2. I'd say intelligence 3, though 2 is probably not bad. Goat, intelligence 2. Yeah. Frog, intelligence 1. Yeah. Eagle, intelligence 2. Again, intelligence 3 is probably makes more sense. What's the difference between an eagle and a hawk? Hawks are weaker, but have better decks. Deer, intelligence 2, yeah. Crab, intelligence 1. Cat, intelligence 3. To be on par with the tiger? Sure, yeah, makes sense. And here's another thing. Cats should have dark vision, and they don't. And it really... See, a tiger gets dark vision. Do cats? No, cats don't have dark vision, according to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, designed by Jeremy Crawford and Mike Merles and the rest of the D&D design team. Cats have dark vision, last I checked, with science. Cats can see the dark. They can see the dark, and also through it. Actually, no, they can't see the dark, they see right. We see the dark. They don't. Or something. Whatever, it doesn't matter. A bat, intelligence 2, makes sense. Badger, intelligence 2, makes sense. And a baboon, intelligence 4, sure. I've done being pedantic about the beasts in 5e. Now I'm gonna start doing work again. No, they don't. It makes me sad. It would be funny though. Would also be on brand, to be perfectly honest. Ugh. Right. Oh yeah, in real life, yeah, that's probably right. When their eyes go, like, their pupils dilate, their eyes go absolutely massive. They can see through time and space. When they do that and they stare at you, they see your death. Oh, stretching my back. There's something I do actually want to do with the chat on this thing here. Certainly on this one and on the starting screen, I kind of want to make the chat stay. There's a sliding bar that doesn't seem to do anything. Let me just hit up a test here. I suppose we'll see if it disappears, because if it doesn't disappear, then... testing to see how long the... because I turned the chat, like, removing messages. I just, like, turned it... Oh, not the chat box. I made it so the messages just stick around, and I think I've done it. I think I have successfully done it, and just made it so it will just keep messages there. Now, which is cool. Makes people watching VODs a little easier. So I do tend to post, or I don't tend to, I post all of my VODs because I YouTube all of my, I don't edit them down at all, like they're posted raw completely. So, is it /VODs? It is, yes. Oh, it does ignore my command prompt. That's the chat box does do that. That's good. But yeah, I post all my VODs as best I can. I say as best I can. Again, I don't think I've ever missed a VOD. To my knowledge, I haven't anyway. I'll be posting some VODs tonight, actually. Posting the ones from this week just gone. Right. I think I have made a fair bit of progress here, and I'm kind of running out of steam with it a little bit. So I kind of want to go play some Magic. So I'm gonna go do that, you know, because I kind of feel like it. I've made a lot of progress and written a lot of words today. I've basically just like written in about these orcs, like massively. So yeah, I'm gonna play some Magic for a little while. I'll probably have to go for a break in a little bit, but I'm just gonna screw around and just chill out and play some Magic, I think. Maybe talk about world building some more. Though I think the people who are doing world building stuff have left for now, but that's all good. See, I want to stream some more, but I just do not have the time at the moment. It's because I really enjoy it. I want to play more games. I want to make the time to do lots of stuff. Because having people in chat is a great time, but like holy shit, it takes. Like, I do not have the time right now. I have so much going on this coming week. Deck construction. Right, let's go play some Majungus the Gunthering. Just looking for a game to capture, yo. Sure, it's taking a sweet fucking time though. Give it a minute. So I'll greetings. So I just finished writing like a bunch of notes for the dungeon. I will send them over to you later on, actually. But yeah, I'm gonna sort of take a break for now and play a little bit of Magic before I need to go to my game. I may have to go grab some food in a minute anyway, but we shall see. How's the chat box like? Yeah, the chat box seems to be doing quite well. Arena is throwing a fit though, because it is Arena and it doesn't like opening. I say I'll send you the notes I got. Well, obviously, yeah, you saw a lot of what I did last week, but I wrote down some kind of neat stuff for yeah, I think what I'll do with the chat box is I'll make it so the messages stick around for like oh, okay, right. No, I can see it now. Hide message. So messages will stick around for 2 minutes after they're posted. That seems very reasonable to me. And like 3 minutes, actually. That seems more reasonable. Ah, yes. Good fun. Always a good time. Always a good time. But yeah, I'm going to take a very quick break. I'll be back in probably about 10 minutes for probably not much of Magic, to be fair. But so yeah, I'm just going to grab some food. And then I will. Then I'm gonna play some Magic. So I shall return very shortly. See you in a minute. I return. Oh, I'm gonna wait for them to fall out of the sky. We didn't lose a single one. That's I think maybe not a first, but not far off it. Right, we're gonna play some historic ranked. We're bringing out Narset's best buds, bringing out the best deck, the good deck, the best deck, mayhaps. Ah. I probably only have time for 1 or 2 games, which kind of sucks, but it'd just be like that, you know. Alright, let's play Rorgren Triumph. It's a good start. We may as well stay on curve as best we can. Next time we can play Temple. Oh, he's got the Chandra back, which I use for my Chandra Nissa's Date deck. That's a fun one. Ooh, Mindstone. I didn't realize this thing was in Historic. It's cool. Right, Temple of Enlightenment. Ooh, Baby Narset, that's good. That's a very good card. Oh, when I stream it like this, you can see my MTG assistant. Neat. Because normally I have it set to like automatically detect. Or as of now, I have it set to automatically detect games, whereas normally I manually set it to a game because I don't trust it to like do its job properly. Because yeah, I don't fucking trust it at all. Right, Gids. Right. Let's play Castle Vantris, then play Baby Narset. I guess I'll take the Foon. None of those were very good. Obviously, I'm going to block with my wall. Oh, you can draw cards with Mindstone. Fuck. Huh. Fatal pushed my wall. Okay. Bruh.
This was overwhelming.
Okay, right. I kind of want to concede already because that's Brash Taunter. I fucking hate Brash Taunter. Like, I actively despise Brash Taunter. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. I got nothing to play against this thing. No desire to play against Brash Taunter whatsoever. Normally, I don't concede when I play on stream, but Brash Taunter, nah, I ain't having that shit. I was also getting some really awful draws. So I probably wouldn't have been able to pull that back. But who knows, maybe I could have done. I don't really care though, because Brash Taunter, not interested. This is pretty good. I'll... well... I'm actually kind of scuppered for land. Well, actually, no, it's not true. Oh, getting seized. There goes my Bertha Mellitus then. I forgot Thoughtseize was, like, in Historic. I now don't have a play, so that's cool. Don't need that, like, at all. Actively do not want it. Ooh, Stitch's Supplier, okay. To be fair, I'm probably gonna have to stop after this, to be honest, which kind of sucks. But I got places I need to be. I was trying to play a bit more than 2 games that the one game that was over before it, like by turn 2. I'm now playing as Dreadhorde Arcanist. So yeah, this game may also be over. I have a counterspell though. Who knows, he may try and be a Chad or whatever and do something cool. Has he got anything he can actually play? Oh great, he can seize. Yeah, he can just seize me again. Counter target spell. There, his seize has been exiled now and he didn't get a second one, so that was probably worth. Oh shit, young pyromancers in Historic? Wow, okay. Yeah, this game is over. Sned a mountain. Next turn, I can not get rid of any of those creatures because ECD does not target any of them, so never mind. Very cool, very gamer. Scourge of the Skyclaves once again. I have 5 mana. My only real play is putting Yorion in my hand. And then I guess just putting down Temple of Epiphany for the scry. This is going poorly. He's stuck Lurrus in his hand. What's he got in here? Instant or sorcery. Yeah, he can recast Village Rites. Or Claim, whatever the fuck Claim is. Oh, he didn't actually cast it, okay. Right, I got 7 mana, I may as well slap in, oh, I need a white mana. It's, oh. Oh, very nice. Next turn I have a Shatter the Sky as well, which is very nice. I'll ditch this and Rorgrin Triome. Yeah, I can Shatter the Sky next turn. I probably have a pretty good chance at turning this around, he says. Oh no, Lurrus is here. Never mind. Oh wait, no. That's good. That's good. These are good things that are occurring here. Because if he plays Lurus, then his Lurus stops being Lurus and starts being dead. Of course, Aftermath. I was like, why the fuck can he play that? But Aftermath, duh. He's going to attack with anything? Presumably not. Okay, right. Shatter the Sky. I may draw a card, which I will. He mills a bunch of cards, but that's fine, I guess. I don't really get a choice in the matter, so let's stay on curve, play Baby Narset, net a card. I'll take an Omen. Omen's pretty good. And then I'll Scryland. Teferi, that's nice, I'll take that. I'll probably Tef next turn unless I have a reason to do something else. Claim Teferi. He's claiming his Stitches Supplier. He's got 3 Fames. He's Bloodchief's thirsting his own dude. That's... I mean... fair. I ain't gonna knock that. Okay. Wow. My Shadow the Sky really ruined his day then, huh? Wow. That was very anticlimactic. Either way, I need to get going now, sadly, because I got shit to do. I'm gonna try and make time to stream during the week, but I think that's like trying to just sort of... I think that would be a case of physically, like, manifesting additional time in the week, and that's not how time works last I checked, so that probably isn't happening. But either way, I will, without question, I will be streaming next Sunday. I'll be streaming Pokemon for most of the afternoon, and then I will be doing something sort of early evening time. I don't know what specifically, but I will be doing something. Hope y'all have enjoyed kind of vibing for a little while, working on some bits and pieces. I will hopefully, if I can somehow manifest additional time with some cosmic power I sort of invent, I'll see you during the week. If not, I'll be back. Without question, I'll be back next Sunday to stream some Pokemon and something else. Don't know what though, but something else. But yeah, see ya.